There's not many schools that's going to try to wrap around a student like Chicago State.
Let's begin. Let's have this conversation. Who is James Reynolds Jr.?
Yeah, that's, I wish there was one stock answer to that. I think it's close. Basically, I think at my core, and the thing that I always lead with is just a brother from the south side of Chicago, from the Englewood area, which I think anybody in Chicago that knows me knows that. Raised here, educated here through high school, went off to school, but someone here who never lost his roots with the city, and never lost his connection to the Black people in this city that I think work so hard, struggle so hard, that I like to commit my time and efforts and energy to. And, a guy who really, built a good business, has a wonderful family, great wife, 3 kids, a great group of friends and connectivity in the city, and what I would refer to as a stand-up guy. I think most guys that know me would say, yeah, we pretty much know where Jim is pretty much all the time.
You grew up in Englewood.
That's right.
And talk about how that experience in that community shaped and informed the person that you are today.
It's like I began the discussion with, brother from Englewood. And when you grow up in an area like that, and it's your beginning, the beginnings of you and the essence of you, and that becomes your base, and some things are intrinsic within you. They actually never leave. Back when I was in Englewood, man, everybody worked so hard. I mean, it was a very segregated situation here, and Black folks were, on the short end of virtually everything. Not to say they're not now, but it was just blatant, more blatant then. And so folks rallied together. I mean, there was even now, folks always ask me, why are you joining stuff or leading stuff or trying to bring people together or building coalitions? That's kind of what everybody had to do back then.
I think we look at this sometimes and go, well, I don't want to talk about my past, where you see the power and all of what that you carry that into the room with you in every room you walk into. Would that be correct? That's
absolutely correct. And it's exemplified itself in different ways today. It's exemplified itself in the fact that, one, I'm always thinking about, what's going on with the people in the community. I'm always thinking about and can relate to the struggles of Black people, Black business people, Black working people, Black students trying to figure out how to navigate the gang life, going to and fro school. People ask me, they say, Jim, you could live anywhere. And some guys will say, Jim, I'm going to Florida to save some taxes, and I'm moving to the West Coast because the weather's better. They don't need me in Florida, and they don't need me in LA. But here in Chicago, I got a valued, space that I feel, and I'm going to feel that. This is where I meet it.
You have been with us through the challenges, through it all. And now, but your answer just explains why, because it was true then, it's true now. Education remains the ultimate equalizer.
Darius, out here, people, downtown and on the north side and from out of town talk about Chicago State and the money that Chicago State gets from the state and the benefits and all that stuff, and why is it there? They don't understand the students that Chicago State serves, and they don't understand the vital position that Chicago State has in being that bridge from these people, from coming out from where they are and to getting where they actually want to be and should be, to become vibrant parts of this American economy. And without that bridge, for many folks from Chicago State, that these people just, this is not saying I'm going to go to Chicago State or U of I or IU or Yale or Princeton or Stanford. This is a student body that Chicago State is it for them. And they're reaching down, they're grabbing them, and they're putting the infrastructure around them to help ensure their success. There's not many schools that's going to try to wrap around a student like Chicago State does. So I get it.
What person has had the most significant impact on who you are?
At different times in my life, I was at different inflection points. And there seems to have been someone there at that inflection point that really helped me make that next leap. I remember when I was in high school, coming out of high school, debating college, there was a person there, my first cousin, that got me there into college and to get me thinking about that. I remember when I first had the opportunity in college to study in Europe, and I didn't know and there was a person there that kind of helped me shape that discussion to see how significant it was and helped me get to Scandinavia and France to study higher education. And I remember when there was a person there when I went to start my business, David Vitale, who I just had lunch with, where not a lot of people believed in starting this business with me, that said, hey, Jim, I'm going to finance you to start this business. And he was there for me. And I can remember, there were so many different inflection points. My father, from the earliest years, without him even knowing it or without me knowing it. Well, Dad, why should I? Just so many things. And this man didn't even have a third grade education, but he knew that, hey, Jim, you better get used to a level of discipline in your life because you're going to need it. And he didn't know I would be doing this, but a lot of the lessons that he taught me as a young man, that they were very significant.
What's your favorite quote or saying and why?
You get out what you put in. I say that so much. I say that to a lot of my young people. I say that to my colleagues. I get so many people that look at me and look at, many of the things I achieved and where I am right now. And I'll have so many guys, particularly brothers, say, hey, Jim, come on, man. Tell me what the shortcut is. Tell me how you did. I know you didn't do. What happened? Tell me, who do you... And I just say, it is hard work. There's this shortcut there. I don't have to do all that stuff Jim did and all that, getting up at 5:36 in the morning, working 15 hours. And then I don't know how you're going to make it, because I don't know very many successful people that built their careers on shortcuts.